Welcome back to the Virgo Show. Could have been any place in the world. I'm so glad you decided to pull up on me. And I appreciate you. Shout out to my listeners. Especially you in Virginia. I see you. I see you in my analytics. I see you. Trinidad and Tobago, I see you. California, I see you. In Brazil as well, I see you. It's not that the rest of y'all don't count, but I don't see you like I see them. You want to be seen, you want to shout out, you shout yourself out. But anyway, speaking of shout outs and praises, I want to congratulate everybody who's doing well with themselves in their life, in their situation. Just doing the best that they can. Somebody needed to hear that. Somebody needs to be promoted. Somebody ain't getting enough credit for everything that they've been doing. Somebody needed me to tell them that you're doing great. Pat yourself on the back. You need to hear that. Somebody also need me to tell them you need to get your shit together. You be looking for that praise when you're doing good, but you don't want nobody say nothing when you fucking up. Shout out to everybody who fucking up. If you happy and you know it, clap your hands. Shit. Somebody I know, a situation I'm looking at firsthand. They done got they acclimated, somebody done dropped the flowers in front of them. Told them, attaboy, you did good, you got the juice now. And they're passing out promotions at my job. A lot of people getting promoted. And I'm happy for them. Promotion is a big step, not just $1. It is $1. I call it the buck to give a fuck. When you're at work and people telling you, oh, I don't get paid enough, it's because it's that buck to give a fuck. Your manager, when they get promoted, they get about $1 or so. Maybe $2. $5 if they lucky. But I call it the buck to give a fuck. Once you get that buck, that promotion, and that little extra star on your ID, you are now inclined to give a fuck. I've been all kind of managers. I crack jokes about it. I trained my manager. I've been the manager. I've been the manager in training. I sat at many seats at the table. But once you get that buck to give a fuck, you gotta give a fuck, like I said. So a lot of people just take the $1. They can't wait to put their feet up on the desk. They can't wait to sit in the office. They can't wait to walk around and tell people what to do, because they think that's what being a manager is. Now, I've seen it on more than one occasion at my job. People get that little star on their ID. And they think it's all about them. They forget the work part. They forget the part where you were supposed to do something. That buck you got to give a fuck. You gotta own it now. You gotta make it yours. That old saying, they don't pay me enough to da-da-da-da-da. That buck to give a fuck, that was the enough that they was paying you, so now you gotta care. I used to work for the state of New Jersey. I was just a housekeeper, but I got promoted to head housekeeper. My big boss used to come give me all these tutorials on how to be the boss. He was a hot shit. His name was Eddie Wynn. I say his name. He don't give a he's proud. He was hot shit. He was firm. He was a black man. He was the overseer. He didn't play that shit. Not at all. Not at all. And black people, he gave it to you the worst. He let you know not to play with him. He not your damn friend. He not your homie. He not your nigga. He was cool though. Me and him was cool. I ain't had no problems with him. Well, his tutorials he used to give me, he used to tell me, you gotta be firm, but you gotta be fair. Don't take no shit, but don't get none neither. That's what he meant. Be firm, but be fair. Let your people know the truth. I need this work done. I don't want to hear it. Because the truth is, now that you supervising people that you used to work with, your job is to get the work done. And you really shouldn't want to hear it. I mean, if you got time, you can, but he said, be truthful with him. Tell him you need that work done. You don't want to hear no excuses. That's how he ran his show. He gave you all the open opportunity to get your work done. And once that work didn't get done, he didn't want to hear no excuses. He gonna hit you with it as hard as he can. He slapped the crap out of you with, I mean, there was a whole chart on how things were supposed to go. An order of operation. There was levels to the discipline that could be given. It didn't matter what you did. He could have started with the first one because it was your first or second time, but that's the easiest. He automatically asks for the last, the hardest. So if whatever you did ranged from a conference to being removed, he would put removed. He didn't give a shit. And he laughed about it, said, let your union fight for you. They get paid to fight for you with a calm face, like, let them do their job. They get paid for it. He was firm with his. So when I became his understudy, I ain't play no games. And it was like I ain't play no games in all three different senses of the term. I didn't giggle with him. I ain't play cards with him. I ain't chill with him. None of that. And I didn't play with the work either. The work had to get done. Period. That's literally my job, to get this work done. I got promoted because I'm a good worker, and they thought that I had some kind of capability to communicate with y'all to get this work done. And I'm just gonna make sure I get this work done. And I ain't harass them. I let them breathe. I set thinner deadlines than the ones that was approved. I knew that the work could be done by 8:30 if you concentrate, but we had till 10, and I requested at 9. Firm and fair. I knew what it was. I kept it G. Everybody ain't me, and every other situation is a different situation. So everybody got to take it their own specific way. But I just gave you a specific of the specifics. In another instance, under this same exact umbrella, specifically, housekeeping head supervisor, because I went from we was cleaning to now I'm telling you to clean. And I ain't going to be petty about it, because when I was cleaning, I cut a few corners, but a couple things I didn't cut. Certain things was standard work, as they say at Amazon. Certain things were standard, and certain things could not be bent for me. And if I cut the corner today, I come back tomorrow and fix it, because that's just how petty I was with my standards as a laborer. So now that I'm in charge, I know all the shortcuts. I know all the ins, the outs, the BS, the bullshit, the hiding spots. I know. Because I did that. That was why they promoted me. And they expect me not to allow any shortness and comings. Because I know that. That's part of what got me to where I'm at. Like I said, every instance is a different instance, and every situation is a different situation. No two things are alike. But these are instances where I know. So, we separated the areas. I was in Unit 1. I used to work in 2. My promotion moved me to 1. It's better that you move away from where you first started at, because your people that you used to work with, it's difficult for them to just blink their eyes and realize you're in charge now. Why, I don't know, but it is. I'll go on. So I'm in 1, but I come from 2, right next door, different, right next area over. I'm in 1, so 1 and 2 are connected now. And when 2 is off, I cover for 2. Anywho, that was necessary for the rest of the story. We had an emergency situation in 1, and it required evacuation. So I had to go. It was an all hands, all mans on deck. It was the siren with everybody underneath my umbrella, everybody in my department, not just my area, my department had to come and help, because it is an emergency situation, evacuation. We had to evacuate a building. So I had to move. I was given word over the radio to bring my people, all of them, 1 and 2. So I go to 2 and they're having a party, a block party. They in it. They're people, it was patients, special needs patients, and they're having a party for their patients, having a grand old time, a block party, DJ, it was lit. It's one of the few occasions where it's a grand old day at the ranch. And my people were knee deep in this block party. And it was very difficult, and at the time literally impossible, to remove them from their social gathering among their peers, patients, individuals, and such. They refused to come. I didn't give them a direct order as I should have, but I explained to them that what the situation was and told them that we had to leave and I needed their help. They did not come. They asked me if I didn't realize that they were having a party. I'm their supervisor. These are people I used to work with, shoulder to shoulder. I walked away because I wasn't about to go back and forth with them. And continue to do what I was doing, which was evacuate the emergency situation. And when my manager asked me, well, where's the rest of the people? I said, these are the people that I could gather. I didn't point the finger and say, well, they didn't come because you can see that. I said, this is what I came up with, and you can also see that too. I got some words, but now's not the time because we're actually in an emergency situation. That had to be like a weekend because it was a party and such. I remember it was the next week, phone ringing in my office. The manager says, you know, we got to do something about them from 2. I said, I know. He said, yeah, so I'm going to need you to write them up. Okay. Hung up the phone. The person who I was under before I was under this man, the person I was under, she taught me everything. It was a white lady. Not that these things matter, but they do as I go on. The big overseer, Mr. Eddie Wynn, who I mentioned earlier, when he handed me over, he gave me to a white lady, Miss Mady. And she taught me everything by hand. At first she did it for me, but then I guess she got tired of doing it for me and she taught me how to do it for myself. She said writing people up is simple. They all do the same thing. Every situation is usually the same, unless they get real fancy and graphic, but it's rare. So I just send you a write-up. All you do is remove the name, change the date, and da-da-da. If they have been late, you just add the late days. If they was absent, you just add the absent days. If the situation requires a story, you just put the story in. So I have templates. So when my manager, sir, hung up the phone, and I said, okay, I hung up the phone, I opened up my computer, pulled up the template, put the name in, Bobby, put the date, send. He didn't know that the white lady, Miss Mady, had the printers hooked up. So my printers hooked up to his printer, and he didn't know that. I did, because it's hooked up to her printer as well. She told me that I don't have to walk the paperwork to her. I could just hit send and send it to her printer. Save time. She said I did that, so y'all don't have to keep coming here, because she's smart. So I just hit send, and within 2 minutes, he said 5, but I don't know. Within 5 minutes, he said 5. Within 5 minutes, according to him, the write-up came in. Bobby first, went back, same write-up, delete Bobby. Michael, send, go back, delete Michael. Sarah, send, go back, delete Sarah. Mitchell, send, go back, delete Mitchell. You get the point. I wrote everybody ass the fuck up. Sure did. In a New York minute, and I mean that shit, because I'm from New York. In a New York minute, he said it was 5. He said, damn. When I came back to meeting the next day, he said, damn. I ain't even know you had it in them, did they? I did not know. I ain't never seen write-ups come that fast, ever. And I always thought you was nice to them. He thought that I was light. He thought that I was sweet. He always thought that I was easy on them. Meanwhile, I let them feel free to do their work. I didn't breathe on them. I didn't stand on their neck. I told them what time I expected expectancies to be expected. I came to the people that I used to work with, you work for, shoulder to shoulder, and told them what I needed done. I told them we was in emergency evacuation status. They did not budge. I didn't get them a direct order. I didn't think I had to do all of that. But I moved along, and when it hit the fan, send, 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 send. Bobby, Ronnie, Ricky, and Mike, everybody could get it. But that's just me. Because that is the opposite of what I see going on at work. They got people sitting around while other people sitting around, and everybody just sitting around. Get your people. This white lady when I used to manage her, they reappropriate people for a reason. When I used to manage underneath her, she was light on certain punishments. I would be sitting in there. She said, I wish you was right up underneath me. Because the people who was up underneath her, they were black people as well. But they was older women, aunties, grandmas, the ones that try to talk to you, try to help you save your job. She said she liked the way I cut throat. I said, it's not cutthroat. You just got to be firm and serious about it. Just like Mr. Wynn said, you got to be firm and fair. I used to watch these people come in and say all kind of crazy stuff. I told her, you too sweet on them. You need to crack that whip. She said that she was a white woman and she couldn't crack a whip. I said, let me get it. Look here, my people. I shouldn't have to say this. Do your job. I ain't about to stand on your neck, but do your job. And if I gotta stand on your neck, you're not gonna like it. They don't pay me to stand on your neck. They literally pay me to make sure the job gets done. Standing on somebody's neck is not what you want to do. You literally just want to do your job in peace. So it would help for other people to do their jobs. I just do what I gotta do. I don't know. Because the less BS you keep, usually keep the BS around from off of you. If you stirred up in it, then you in it. Some people just be in it, but other than that, just don't be this person. Before you become a boss, think about it. Do the notes on what I just said. reverse engineer it And another thing, I've seen this 1,000 times before. All right, not 1,000, but everywhere I work, the good worker ain't always the one who need to be promoted. A lot of times, you should just get a good worker some more money. Get them the dollar. Because don't make them put to manage, because they don't always manage to manage. Some good workers just need to keep on working. Because once you move all the good workers to management, unless you actually training the new workers, you're going to have problems because ain't no more workers. And they just looking. Don't think I'm about to do extra work because you ain't trained the workers to do the work. I don't know. I don't know if the workers ain't working out or the working out ain't working. I don't know if this pertains to your job, but this the type of thing that be going on. I done seen this in more than one place and more than one space. You ain't got to babysit the people you supervising, but let them feel free to know that you watching them and you got a job to do too. And my job is to make sure this job gets done. And you ain't about to make me lose my job. You ain't about to embarrass me out here. You don't want to embarrass, and definitely, if your homeboy done got promoted, don't be the problem. Don't be sitting around doing nothing. You gonna fuck it up for everybody. And nobody else in y'all circle ain't never gonna get promoted. They gonna move on to the next group of circles. Ooh. Yeah. That situation just keeps rolling past me. I keep seeing and hearing it in more than one space, and I felt like that story needed to be told out loud. Because two different people that came to me with two different situations that I just mixed into this one story. And I done told that same story 2 different times. And I feel like y'all needed to know too. And 3rd time's a charm, and I'm so glad that y'all was able to come here and listen to me with this here. Somebody need to hear this story. Somebody need their flowers. Somebody need to be patted on their back. And somebody need their ass whooped. Play this for somebody you know. Point a finger at them and say, you. Yes, you. Please get your shit together. Get your people. Get the work done. Then we can get to chill. I am Virgo Vaughn. And this is the Virgo Show. And I want to shout everybody out. It could have been any place in the world. And I'm so glad you decided to be with me.